Hi, this is Jennie Bharaj, and we are here at Twitchcon 2015. This is the first convention celebrating everything Twitch. Today, we are interviewing Twitch broadcasters. Why don't you introduce yourself and your channel?
Hi, I'm Queen Homicida, and I stream in the Destiny community, and I love it.
Cool, now why Destiny?
I was playing a lot of Call of Duty and a lot of Halo, and I saw that Bungie was releasing it, and I was like, oh, that's an MMO on console made by Bungie. This has to happen. This is gonna get big. So I started playing it, and then I actually streamed my first VOG raid, and then I got like 10 viewers, and I was like, oh yeah, we're doing this. And then a year later, here I am.
So how many followers do you have now?
18,000.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. It was a very long road. It was a very, very long road. And it has its setbacks, but you just got to keep pushing through, especially when you're growing, because it gets really hard sometimes, but you always go up. Twitch, you get as much out of it as you put into it. Your camera time that is where you make your money. And if you're not on that camera, you're not going to make money and you're not going to grow. And any type of progress is good. So as long as you put into it, you're going to get back from it. Eventually, it will always come back to you. You just have to grind it out. So
that's great advice for gamers who want to get into Twitch broadcasting. Now, a lot of these viewers don't really know much about sponsorships when it comes to Twitch broadcasting. Can you tell us more about that?
See, that's where I was really confused when I started broadcasting, because I just saw it as I can get on a camera, play video games, and that's the end of it. But then once it started to become a business, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm good enough for people to sponsor me. I didn't even know where to start. I didn't even know if I was good enough. I didn't know what qualifications were. And a lot of people are afraid to just ask questions. I know I am, even to this day. If there's a bigger streamer in my community or even in a different community that I feel like they have information that would be valuable to me, I still second guess myself not wanting to ask them. And it's really important that if you want to be a part of the community, you need to consider yourself a part of the community. Don't always put yourself in. A lot of small streamers will always feel like viewers. I know that even to this day, I don't feel like a partnered broadcaster or whatever. And it's actually kind of weird. It takes adjusting to. And because of that, a lot of times you catch yourself not asking the questions you should have. And now, a year into things, I know that I wish I would have asked questions, because it's important. It really is. And I won't have all the answers. Bigger streamers won't have all the answers. But together, we have a lot of good information.
Have you learned anything in those educational panels and workshops here at TwitchCon?
Sadly, I have not gotten to go look at them as much as I wish I could have.
No.
I have been just like bouncing around everywhere. That is actually one of the big things that I've been wanting to get up there to go do. Because this is, like I said, sponsorship is actually where I struggle a lot too. So I can really understand how people feel when they don't even know where to start. So
cool. Now tell us about like branding yourself and marketing yourself on Twitch. How would a viewer do that?
I feel like when you start wanting to build a stream, when it clicks that you're like, I want to do this, and then you're like, how do I want to present myself to people? How do I want them to see me? A lot of times, like we all know those MySpace days when we had like the worst MySpace names ever, and a lot of smaller streamers will pick a name that they think is like really cool and everything, and then they don't realize that that is everything. That name is their brand. It is I go by Queen way more than I go by Katie. My first name, I go by my brand, and picking out a Twitch name is the first step, and it is the biggest step, and a lot of people don't realize that. And then with branding, I feel like consistency is a big thing. Trying to stay the same on almost every platform. Like Queen Homicida, that is really hard. Homicida, people ask me all the time, how do you pronounce that? And I just tell them to call me Queen. On every single platform, I am the same, because I have a difficult name. I can't change it on every platform now, too. You have to think of consistency. What's going to be easy for them? Are they going to see it and spot it out? It can be kind of difficult when you're just picking out a username and you don't realize what all comes with that, the branding, everything. But you just have to keep in mind that that is what people are going to know you by. That is what you're going to be seen by. You are literally creating another persona of yourself, and you're putting it out on the internet, and that's permanent. So when you're thinking of a brand, you just want consistency, simplicity. You want people to be able to pronounce it. A lot of people cannot pronounce Homicida. So I'm just like, call me Queen. And people don't mess up Queen. Everyone knows how to say Queen, thank God. But consistency is huge, making sure it's easy, legible, eye-catching, but not too busy. We do play video games. Our screen is already super busy. People are already seeing light flash everywhere and guns go off and whatever you're playing, it's already super busy. Keeping it toned down a little bit so that even though you're not putting everything out there, the really busy content, it's simple, and the content you're putting out there, it's almost like it's more special, more important, because even though it doesn't have lights and fancy crap all over it, at least it's simple, legible, people see it, they recognize it immediately, you can catch it across the room, if it's a banner, if it's a t-shirt, whatever it is, and that is what it comes down to. People don't remember the really busy stuff, they remember the simple, eye-catching, bold colors, but not always too bold, something with contrast, so.
Now, do you think broadcasters need managers to manage all of this? Because it seems like a lot of work.
That's actually, when I first started streaming, I went 6 months doing it all by myself.
How was that?
I'm not allowed to cuss, so I can't describe it to you. It was really difficult. And yes, I do feel like managers will help a lot of people, because a lot of people go into Twitch and maybe they've done YouTube before. Maybe they've done anything along those lines. But then there's people like myself who we had no clue. I knew nothing. I found out about Twitch in like the same week I found out about soda popping, and then like a month later I was streaming. I knew nothing. I didn't even know what a mod was when I first started streaming. Someone was like,
that's impressive.
I know, they were like, why don't you have mods? And I was like, what's a mod? I don't know what. So I didn't know. So yes, having a source where you know that someone can help manage what you're trying to put together, especially when you have all these ideas as a streamer and you don't know exactly what to do because you're not very experienced, you don't know how to get it out there, you don't know if the community is going to take it well because you're not familiar with the community. A manager can do those things for you, where like even to this day, I do have people that will help me manage things like that because I can't. And having one manager rather than just a few people here and there that help you do random things would actually really help. Consolidating that work in any form is useful. So a manager, they could definitely use it.
That's great. Now let's talk about the platform itself, Twitch. Do you think Twitch is on the right side of things when they censor adult-only video games?
Yes, I do. And
why is that?
The reason why I say that is because, like for myself, when people come into my channel, there's automatically mature reading on it. But even when they come into my channel and they hear me talking or my language or whatever, because that's my little safe place is my channel, they're like, why are you like that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, there's a mature rating. Please, I'd be advised of that, you know? It is there for a reason. Don't let your kids watch. I don't want to know that there's a 9-year-old watching me right now because, like, I just said a string of things at this kid who shot me in Crucible and I am pissed. Like, it's important. It is important that people who are watching Twitch, especially the young audience that watch it live. This isn't a YouTube video. You can't, like, edit it and fix it and make it perfect. When things happen live, they happen and it is done until your broadcast is over and you delete that if you do that. So I feel like it's really important that things do get censored to a degree, especially that protects broadcasters as well, because if we are playing something that has content like that, or if we're saying something that is also rated mature, et cetera, and if that rating wasn't there, we could get in trouble. So that rating not only helps protect us, but it helps protect them. And I think it's smart, especially for parents at home. You need to know who your kid is watching on Twitch, because not all of us are angels. So
I think that's what makes Twitch so genuine.
Exactly, is that you get that live air. You get to see someone. I cannot tell you how many times I got up from my desk and just face planted and got up and I was like, I'm good. But there was a string of cuss words that followed that face plant that I just don't want poor little 12-year-olds to always hear sometimes, you know? So it's definitely protective for both us and them, and it makes it to where that, like, there is the occasional 9-year-old that comes in, they're like, I'm 9. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. There's a mature rating, please acknowledge.
That's funny. Now, do you have a special message to the gamer?
To the gamer or to the streamer?
To the gamer. This could be a broadcaster or just a regular gamer.
To the gamer, I would have to say, I know you love that game that you play every day, and sometimes that game makes you want to hate it, because I hate Destiny, and I know the people who play WoW feel the same. I know people who play RuneScape feel the same, and I feel your pain of hating your favorite game. And I respect you for sticking to the grind anyways, because it gets really difficult. Even as gamers, it feels like work sometimes. It does. And growing the gaming community, getting it acknowledgement, the people who started that were us, the gamers. We're the ones who started building this forefront, and we're the audience. Even the streamers are the audience to another streamer. A gamer is an audience to another gamer. And I feel like we're building something here. And gaming, all types of gaming, esports, everything is getting way more coverage now than even a year ago, 2 years ago, 3. You can see that it's growing so much. So my word to the gamer, keep freaking gaming, because it's awesome and we love you.